Hello, Glitch Reaper here again, and I'm back with a short log in my kind of my new logging location, as I'm on the top of a testificate trade tower that I designed during Snapshot season in 1.9. This is my Snapshot world. It's actually all the way up here in 1.12 Snapshot season, so yeah, as you could tell I like to keep coming at it to do things, and I have a parrot trying to uh, join in. Do you want a cookie? I know you're not supposed to do this in real life, but do you want a cookie? Okay. Anyhow, as I was saying, you're probably wondering around this time where a couple of my series are at. The 1.7.10 version of my mod pack, Punk by Magic Alpha, has a problem I'm still trying to hunt down. It's trickier than you might think, because the new launcher doesn't really help as much as the old one when it comes to this. But that's how things go sometimes. Uh, as for uh, uh, as for D&D Minecraft Crusader, I'd like to continue with the pack, but I've had a recent incident, and I'm going to need to learn how to edit player data. Because I need to very carefully remove a problematic item. This has happened to me before, but somebody else corrected it, so I'm going to have to learn how to do this process for myself. Uh, and also a few other things. You may have noticed I've been up to a large project recently. That's been something I've been trying to coordinate, but luck isn't always exactly on my side. But that's okay, because I know it always eventually lines up in the end. It's one of those things where I know, yay, there's an ebb and flow to everything, so it happens. But I'll always get there eventually. And that project has been me trying to do the mod author hangout with Titans, which has been cool. But at the same time, a few things about coordinating have been a little tricky, but I'm trying. This is the large project. Another thing is that right now my 1.10.2 project, Punk by Magic Mana Flux, has been going pretty well. I'm really feeling the pack, so I'll probably be continuing with that pretty long term, especially when I have a lot of mods to do. So that's probably going to be a very long term thing, regardless of a lot of other stuff. It's on Curse, so you can play along and maybe even have a few opinions and things, and I might be able to tell you why I am or not going to do things, or I'm going to go along with a suggestion or something, because it's still technically work in progress. Now, another thing is that I may have a little family business again sometime soon. I may not. I'm not 100% sure. It's one of those things where it's not really set yet, and the irony is, if it happens this time, it may be for longer, but I might be able to move some of my equipment over this time. And that location actually has better internet. It's just that, the classic I am here and there is there type thing, where normally things didn't line up. So last time this happened, I had a few things pre-recorded, and I simply uploaded them while I was there using the better internet connection, which was actually pretty cool. Like, I can kind of see why some people like cable internet. Unfortunately, that just doesn't work for my area, so yeah. I know that's a little weird detail to just throw out there, but sometimes it kind of provides a little insight as to why I don't necessarily always have things uploaded at the speed that I'd like them to. But if I do help out up there again, I'll be able to probably have a better internet access. I'm not sure how regular I'd be, because I'd also be very busy with some other things, but at least you know that my uploads probably wouldn't be interrupted or something, which does occasionally happen around here. And that's one of the reasons why I don't necessarily have a full schedule. Also, it is kind of a do as I feel sort of thing for me, so whenever I have an idea for something, or I'm just feeling like doing something, I'll go for it. Especially whenever I actually have time. So, again, some people may know that I have a kind of a busy life, and that makes things tricky. And I'm surprised this music disc is lasting long enough to have my parrot dance party that I would like to do with some of these for quite some time working pretty well. I was actually trying to see, will my whole log last for less or more time than a parrot dance party? Apparently the answer is, so far, yes, because that was pretty much all the news I've needed to mention for right now. There is one more thing. My bro would like to do a vanilla series with me at some point after 1.12 is completely finalized. Although it might slip into 1.13 1.13 snapshots because of the fact that they're going to try to optimize the code. But we'll see if we want to actually play snapshots that way or just test them ourselves and only do it in 1.12. But we're going to have an interesting little vanilla series there, and we're still figuring out exactly what all we're going to do with it. But yeah, you may know me as a modded player, but I actually am into vanilla, and I like how vanilla and modded play off of each other a lot and push each other onwards. So it's just one of those things. I can do either. But it's not so much that I feel like I want to prove that or anything. It's just the fact that it's something that me and him have been trying to get together for a while, and where we have an opportunity to play together, it would be a good thing, because we used to do that a lot more often, and it's something that we've been thinking of getting back to. So it might happen, and with all the changes that's been happening in vanilla, it's been getting really cool. It's just it will always, until certain things are done, it will always be seriously ahead of the modding community. Like, massively ahead, because it takes a certain amount of time for things to catch up. There's usually a bit of lag in the community with getting past code changes, but as they further optimize the Minecraft for modding, that may not be a problem in the farther future, but for the immediate future, it's still a thing, at least at this current moment. Also, I should kind of note another another thing. I do have, in addition to some other concerns, I do have weather problems where I'm at, and so sometimes I will be just completely down while I'm bunkering myself in my actual house. That happens decently often, and this is kind of that season. So, if you'll pardon me, and speaking of which, I think I hear something actually starting up outside. You probably don't, because every time I've ever edited my videos, I realize has given me the realization that whichever headset I use, they're actually very good at getting rid of environmental sounds. So if I'm mentioning about something that's happening IRL, you probably won't hear it. So that's one of the reasons why I generally don't mention things like that, is because it doesn't show up in my actual videos anyhow. So I just happen to have like a pretty good pair of headsets for that. Well, at least the one that I use for actual recordings is good for that. I'm not sure how well the other one does with environmental sounds, but it's not good for recordings. Oh well, equipment issues. Never mind that. It's not entirely relevant. But anyhow, otherwise, I think things are going pretty well, and I think things should work out pretty well soon on multiple fronts, at least as I'm hoping to. But yeah, I think that should be it for now, and even I'm getting distracted by my parrot party. But that's kind of a good thing. They make things seem happy no matter what. It's like, yay, parrot party! Whenever I found out about this, I was so happy. The dancing parrots are a thing in vanilla now. Yeah, so this may be my vlogs from now on. I may just have like a dance party, so that no matter what I say, everybody feels happy about it. Or at least happy after watching the video. Overall, you know. Well, anyhow, I'm Glitch and I'll be logging off for now. I hope to hear from y'all later. So, bye for now.